What's up, boys? Got another unfortunate video for today. So, I know very quickly some people will be like, hey, Blue, why are you making content like this? And don't you normally do firearms and gear-related content? And while that is primarily true, I like to believe that this is a security-focused channel, as that is essentially what I am interested in. So this falls under the purview of information security, so I'm going to talk about it and make sure that you don't get your identity stolen, or if you do have your identity stolen, you have something to do about it. So many people might have heard very recently, there's been breaking news all over that almost 3 billion social security numbers and associated data has been leaked / stolen. I'm not going to go over how it happened. I am going to go over some things that you can do to remedy it, good ideas, and good hygiene for the future. In most instances, data brokers purchase your personal information and use it to target you with specified ads, scams, and things of that nature. There are also people who do unsavory things with this information on the deep / dark web. Not going to go into that, but these people exist. So, that is the who in this equation. First things first, what should you do? There are multiple different resources that I've compiled here. Links will all be in the description. And on screen here, there are a few websites like haveibeenpwned.com. I've known of this website for quite a long time. Casually drop your email and info into the search bar and they will spit out an answer. It's good to not give your information out to everybody who asks for it, because that is how these data breaches happen. But this is a solid website. Also, pentester.com, another great resource. Again, you're seeing a screenshot of it here on this video. Also, there are certain services that you can pay for, like I believe NordVPN has a dark web monitoring, and there's a couple other services. I keep seeing the ads for them. I can't remember, but having some way of having automated monitoring or something where you can interject your information to see if it's been taken. Yes, I know there are attack vectors, and giving your information out can mean that it's taken, so do with this what you will. So those are a couple easy ways to figure out if your information has been recently used or if it's even available. Obviously, do not put your social security number into a search engine without understanding every aspect of it. You shouldn't be giving your social security number out to things. Most of these are open resources for that reason. So, as well as checking for your information, you can do something called a credit freeze. TransUnion, Xperia, and Equifax all have credit freeze options that are available. Essentially, there's numbers, phone numbers for it if I'm not mistaken, or website. You can go temporarily pause your credit, which will keep people from signing up for things or using credit cards that they create on your information. Now, the caveat is you cannot also use any of these reporting credit bureaus without unfreezing them if you're to get a new vehicle, go for a home, credit card, etc. yourself. But it is a good stopgap. On top of that, you can also reactivate it if necessary. So you can freeze it temporarily. There's a credit halt. This is a credit freeze. Also, having a good verified password manager using two-factor authentication and putting a secondary password on your cell phone. There's something called a SIM swap or SIM attack, where people will call your carrier of your cell phone, essentially impersonate you to take ownership of your phone number. With their phone number, they can transplant your information, get into your email address, get into your apps on your phone, get a lot of very sensitive information. So using two-factor authentication Usually this is with an app or some sort of secondary. Maybe they send you or email you a secondary password that you have to punch in that's unique to that 60 seconds or however long it is. Setting up two-factor strong passwords, we've been kind of conditioned over the last 15 to 20 years to make extremely short but very variable passwords. I'm gonna put a chart of the combo for length and complication disparity for passwords. You should have a long password, if possible, 10 to 15 characters using a combination of upper and lowercase numbers as well as special characters. We've been, you know, kind of bushwhacked into making these really short passwords that are very complex, but modern computers can brute force and rip through a lot of them. So yes, using a double blind or zero trust password manager is a very good idea. I'm not going to make any personal recommendations despite the ones that I've used for many years. I do not know enough about the discrete practices of every single company to manifest one. Using a VPN, not giving your information to companies when asked for, or having a secondary or tertiary email in which all you do is give that out for notifications or restock notifications or specialty points. Segment your personal information, your bank account, and the stuff that can really, you know, medical stuff. Separate your personal information to an email that you cannot give to people that you do not want to compromise. There's also ways where you can add the plus symbol and then a string of characters to, I believe Gmail has this. So for instance, your name plus sales@gmail.com will create a secondary address that funnels anything to your primary email, but you'll know, given that information, if that email was sold to a different company, competitor, or some of these brokers. Proton Mail, I 100% believe that Proton Mail, everybody should have an email account for them. They also offer a lot of these paid services. Like, this isn't an endorsement or a sponsorship, but check out Proton. They're fantastic. Proton Mail, and yeah. So just a couple quick security tips, and yeah, don't answer spam phone calls. I know a lot of people, text messages, don't click links, don't click on stuff. Even opening emails or text messages can already give them access. So just ignore stuff from things you don't, even if it seems credible, just, you can always re-verify. If it's something crazy like your daughter's trapped in Mexico and they need a bounty, just ignore it. Like, it's probably not real unless your daughter lives in Mexico. So on that note, just want you guys to yeah, stay safe out there and don't believe everything you read on the internet. Well, believe this, but don't believe everything you read that's sent from an anonymous number, I guess. All right, guys. Shooting videos probably next week. Catch you guys in the next one. If you have any more questions, let me know. Peace.